Just before midnight, President Barack Obama sent this tweet: "Another 4 years," along with this photograph of himself with the First Lady. An hour later, Governor Mitt Romney called the president and conceded defeat. My co-anchor Bill Weir has been with the Romney campaign for these final 2 days, and he comes to us now from Boston, where supporters gathered earlier to hear a brief but gracious speech from Mr. Romney. Bill?
It was gracious. In fact, MittRomney.com also live streamed the president's victory speech, a classy move here tonight. But it's really Shakespearean when you look at the family that was on this stage here behind me. When you consider that Mitt Romney's father ran for president and lost, his mother ran for Senate and lost. He spent the better part of his 60s focused on this night. And after countless handshakes and countless donor calls and airline miles and campaign stops, I guess it's not surprising that tonight saw perhaps the shortest speech of his political career, and definitely the most painful. And as for all the people in this room, so many people who've gone the distance for him, who've given their heart and souls, a lot of money into a win tonight, well, they left completely shattered after a night of, well, frankly, yo-yoing emotions. After all the money spent, all those tight polls, the victory party crowd in Boston gathered with the kind of electric elation you find going into a championship fight. But state by state, blow by blow, they watched their worst nightmare unfold.
President Obama with a lead in Ohio, holding on to a small lead in Florida.
On the big screens in the hall, Fox News called Ohio for Obama.
Fox News can now project that President Obama will win the crucial battleground state of Ohio.
And the crushing disappointment began to spread. But then, former George W. Bush advisor Karl Rove raised the possibility that his network was wrong, that Ohio was still in play.
Do you believe that Ohio has been settled?
No, I don't. We got a quarter of the vote. No.
And as a result, in this room at least, tears turned to cheers. But the emotional roller coaster ride only made things worse in the end, once the math settled. And after an hour-long wait, Governor Romney conceded.
And I pray that the president will be successful in guiding our nation. The nation, as you know, is at a critical point. At a time like this, we can't risk partisan bickering and political posturing.
From his diehard supporters, the biggest cheers came for his running mate.
Besides my wife, Ann, Paul is the best choice I've ever made.
And an even bigger ovation for this sentiment.
I believe in America. I believe in the people of America.
There were a few shouts of "run again." But after watching his father's unsuccessful run and going through his own 7-year disappointing quest, this is likely the last exit for Mitt Romney. Is it tough to swallow, given the campaign we've just been through?
Well, yes, it is tough to swallow. Yes, I had high hopes for our country going in a different direction.
Well, so tonight, a lot of mourning and wound licking, that's to be expected, but then perhaps starting tomorrow, a lot of soul searching among the leadership of the Republican Party, the future of this party. Some will argue that their candidate that lost here tonight was not conservative enough, that at his core he was a Massachusetts technocrat who shifted some of his social positions in order to get the nomination. Those in the Tea Party would argue they need a more pure conservative, the kind that helped sweep the House 2 years ago, but then actually backfired tonight if you look at the Senate races and the seats that they lost as well. And another man on stage with Mitt Romney tonight and his family, all those grandkids, Paul Ryan. He will be a real litmus test. If he is relevant 4 years from tonight, we'll see how that ideological fight has gone. So, Cynthia, the names like Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio and many others will be kicked around tonight. But mostly this evening, the supporters here just left very sad.
Our thanks to you, Bill. And of course, Governor Romney should be expecting a call from the White House, apparently. Thanks so much.